Whatever the case, I'm feeling you right here and right now. And I love you so much, me more than you. Like what you see and wanna get to know me too. This doesn't mean I'll be the start of something special. Happy that I met you. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't even gonna lie. Since you woke up in the club, I've been giving you the high. Different things that you know.
hop on here and talk about it a little bit more. You guys can hear me? Okay, wait. I think you guys can hear me now, right? The music is too loud. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I know how to do this. Can you guys hear me now? Why is it always me having technical difficulties? Like, what the hell? Please let me know if you guys can hear me now. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, you guys can hear me? Oh my god, why me? Always me. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, the music is too loud. Okay, hi Janae. Hi Crystal. Hi guys. Oh my god. Oh, you guys can hear me. Perfect. Whew, Lord Jesus. So I'm I like a disclaimer again. So if you guys didn't hear this disclaimer before, I'm not going to be naming any names, and I'm not about to be exposing anyone. But please make sure you have a drink. Get a drink, get a snack. Get a drink, get a snack, because we will be talking heavily on exploitation in the spiritual community. What I am going to say is that I do want to give a shout out to my friend Jackie. She launched her website, I believe today or yesterday, and she's flourishing. She is one of my patrons on my Patreon, and I am on my Patreon showing girls, brown girls, how to start a business, get this money, but also if you want to start your own spiritual business, I'm also showing girls how to delve deep into that. And she is one of my patrons, and she made some money today on her first launch. She made around like $240. I'm sure it's like $300. I'm sure it's past $300 now. But this morning or this afternoon, she wrote me on my Patreon, and she told me that she already made $240 in sales. And I am like, I cried. I'm getting emotional now, but I cried like that was my child getting like a trophy. I was like, yes, Jackie. Her link is in my description box, so please go shop with her. Go get a reading from her. Like, go to her website, check it out, give her feedback. But yes, Jackie, I'm so yes. I'm so excited. It's like my baby, you know what I mean? Anyways, please, get a drink, get a snack, because we will be going in tonight. Disclaimer again, I won't be exposing anybody, but I will be exposing the ways of the exploitation in the spiritual community. I do want to talk about exploitation. Well, the first topic. I do want to talk about people using their spirituality to garnish or to exploit women. Well, specifically brown black girls. I do want to say that there is a stigma that brown girls in spirituality is a sort of a taboo. Because it's predominantly sometimes more of the Spanish community, but I do feel like, spirituality did resonated or originated from Africa or from the roots. So I am going to talk about that a little bit more. I am also going to talk about people using their spirituality as a crutch. Yes. People do use their spirituality as a crutch. I do feel like sometimes people get stagnant in their spirituality, and I do feel like people, it's kind of taboo because people can kind of say that maybe I exploit spirituality, but I don't think I exploit spirituality because I'm out here helping brown girls, and I'm out here like helping people cultivate spirituality within themselves, but also starting their own businesses. It doesn't even have to be spirituality. It can be just anything. But I do feel like there's people here on Instagram or people here on Facebook that are using their spirituality as a way to garnish or to propel themselves in a higher rank spirituality, basically like climbing on people's backs to get to some sort of point spiritually. I I am a strong believer in helping the next brown girl, but there are people in this community that are not, that is not their intent. They have ill intent. Their intent is to garnish all of the physical realm possessions or monetary possessions. And then, because I feel like once you die, you can't take all those things with you, but people have an agenda. That's why I just always tell people, be careful who you purchase from, or be careful who you fuck with, or people who you actually look up to, because I know some spiritual gurus on the internet that are not for your best well-being. And I don't want to call anyone out, because I cannot knock someone's hustle. Like, if that's what they want to do, they can go ahead and do what they do. But I am a firm believer in helping the next brown girl, helping the next Latina, because I am part Latina. So helping, the next brown girl, Latina. So I do feel like people use their spirituality as a crutch, or people use their spirituality to garnish some sort of sympathy, some sort of monetary gain, some sort of, and I also feel like it's weird, because I do see like people on Instagram who aren't into spirituality fighting amongst each other, which, yes, I'm half Dominican. I do see that people in spirituality fighting against other, let's say, witches or other people who are in spirituality, and calling people out their name. And I just feel like that is not part of the occult. Like, that is not why the occult exists. The occult exists for us to spread some sort of knowledge, but also to spread love. That is my goal. I don't know what anybody else's agenda is, but that is ultimately my goal. My goal is to spread love. My goal is to assist, be a vessel in this physical realm to help the next person who is trying to find themselves or spiritually grow. That is my mission. And if I die today, I will be happy knowing that I've helped brown, black, Latinas, or anyone become spiritually ranked or ascend higher in whatever situation that you're in, whatever beliefs that you believe in. But that is ultimately my goal. But there are some people who have impure thoughts, and they like to delve deep in your pockets. Like, I've had instances where people will come to me and just like, hey, like, do you know what kind of herb that I can use in this particular ritual, or what I can use, or a particular herb I can use in this particular candle? And I will give them the information. I will be like, yes, you need this, you need patchouli, you need all this stuff, you need a lavender, you need rose hip. I would tell them that. But there's people in the spiritual realm will tell you, like, you gonna pay for my knowledge? You got money? Like, you gonna give me this bread for you to give? And I understand that knowledge is power, and I do feel like people, your knowledge is not free, because you've cultivated or you've accumulated all of this knowledge within yourself, that now you feel like I am comfortable with my knowledge. I'm on point with my knowledge. Now I can be able to assist people, but there's a fee that comes with it. I personally don't believe in that. I don't believe in exploiting someone who wants to learn, someone who wants to be a part of it, someone that wants to ascend, or someone who wants to find tranquility within themselves. I don't believe in that. I believe that if you come to me, you slide in my DMs and you need something, I will give it to you. Like, if I have the last shirt on my back, I will give it to you. But there's people in this community or in the spiritual community that are not about that. They and I get it. Like, some people have to live, like they have to pay the bills, like, you know what I mean? But to me, it's not about the monetary or the physical realm possessions that I gain by helping people. It's my spiritual rank that I care about by helping people. So I know that if I'm helping the next brown girl, Latina, have some sort of knowledge, or cultivate some sort of knowledge, or gain some sort of knowledge within themselves, I'm helping myself spiritually, but I'm also helping another sister or another brother spiritually. Like, my soul recognizes yours, and I know, and it's hard when someone comes to you, and it's not easy when someone slides in your DMs and they want to learn, because 1, you can be rejected, 1, you can be ignored, or 3, some people are just not nice in DMs. So, and I get it. Like, some people don't want to, I guess, want to reach out to people, because it's just like, what if this person says something that I don't like, or what if this person hurts my feelings, or what if this person feels like I'm stupid because I'm asking these questions? I've never been that person. If you slide in my DMs, you slide in whatever you slide in. Well, actually, no. No. Whatever DMs you slide in, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, I'm there to help people. I'm here to assist. And money is never the forefront. Money is never my number one goal. Like, my number one goal is to provide knowledge. Exactly. Money shouldn't be everything, which is actually a big motto within the spiritual community. I feel like, yes, everything has a price tag in the spiritual community. And I do feel like when people are a part of the occult, I understand, like, you have to make money. Some people, they quit their jobs to be full-time into the spirituality game, and I get it. Like, you have to pay your bills, you have to do this stuff, and people don't understand that sometimes, like, your spirit guides, they will get mad at you if you don't charge people. I've actually had this happen to me, but I used to give free readings all the time, and my mother, she would tell me, like, you need to stop giving free readings. Like, you need to charge people for your services and for your energy. Like, this is time consuming, and it's physically draining as well to get someone readings. Like, I can't do now more than 3 readings a day. I used to, back in the day, do 4 or 5 readings. Now I can't. Like, it's getting to a point where, like, energetically, I have nothing in me. So I understand why people charge, but your spirit guides will get mad at you. Your spirit guides will be like, no, like, you need to give people, you need to tell people, like, your time is your money, and I understand that. But there's people out here who are just charging people just to know what kind of herb to put in a candle. Like, it's really sad. It's really disheartening because it makes people turn away from spirituality. And I've always been the type of person or believer that I want people to get into spirituality. I want people to know themselves. I want people to delve deep within themselves. And I want people to understand the situations or unfortunate situations and why they're in unfortunate situations or why they're, flourishing. There's a reason why you're flourishing, and there's times where there's a reason why you're not flourishing. Like, and able to decipher and to recognize why is going to help you spiritually. But there's spiritual gurus on here that are just, everything is some sort of dollar tag or price tag on the particular ritual or the particular, spell or particular, and it's just like, it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, but there's nothing that we can do. All we can do is acknowledge it. And you can see just by looking at someone's Instagram or just following their journey if they have impure thoughts or impure intentions. My goal has always to provide knowledge, but there are people who just provide services. Like, their Instagram is just providing services or just pushing an agenda. I do feel like there are dark forces here on Earth, and I do feel like people need to be careful with who they get themselves involved with spiritually, because I do feel like your spiritual guru can suck the energy out of you, or your spiritual your spiritual guru can put bad juju on you unintentionally. You know what I mean? And there's like these little fake witches or fake spiritual gurus or fake evangelistas, like fake people online who are just jumping on the trend because it's trendy right now, to be involved in this community, and just, it's like the blind leading the blind. The color green is supposed to have a deeper meaning within the spiritual community. I agree. I mean, whatever happened to the power of the earth penetrating to chakras? I agree. Like, you know what I mean? I agree with all of that. Sis, when I started candle magic, I asked someone I had actually brought some oil from a question, and she blew me off. I felt yes. Like, how are you going to diminish someone or turn someone away that's putting money in your pocket, or someone that's providing a service or providing how do I say this without being mean? Someone that is who's helping you spiritually in your rank. You have to have a spirit of discernment when it comes to finding your spiritual guru. I agree, Janae. I agree. I'm an energy healer. I would never. I agree. I definitely agree. You have to be careful with the people that you involve yourself with, but you also, it's like if you're a part of the spiritual community, you can feel someone's energy. You could know that someone is like off, or you can tell that someone like you can tell that that person is like money hungry, or that person's all about a dollar bill. That person only comes on live when they want money, or this person only shows up when they want money, or this person only posts things when they want money. Like you can just sense it. Like you can definitely sense it, and it's weird because people who you think are heavily, deeply into the spiritual realm are not really spiritually heavily into the spiritual realm. They're doing it as a facade on the internet. You know what I mean? Because it's trendy now. Like, look at Spencer's. They're selling sage. Look at these top companies that are ripping off the root of the actual spirituality, like the actual essence of it. Like they're like selling sage, they're selling like Palo Santo, they're selling stuff on in trendy stuff in the mall, like trendy shops in the mall. You know what I mean? That's why you have to be careful where you get your resources from. Like I am so like particular about where I get my sage from. I would drive today I went to go get sage. I drove so far to get the sage, but I wanted the best things for my customers. Like I'm not gonna just put anything on my website. I have to know where it's originated. I have to know who's handling my spiritual items. Like because there's people who these big companies that are providing these spiritual goods for you, but who are the people behind it that's giving you these spiritual goods? Like it's so much that goes into it. There are some that will not even allow DMs. Yes! Oh my God. That is so true. Some of them are like, oh, do not DM me, send me an email. Or some of them don't even like address you at all. And it's just like, it's unfortunate, but it's just like, and I feel like people like that, they think that people will come to the DMs to ask them a stupid question, but there's no stupid question. People are just wanting to learn. I have reference benches, but I have asked which products have been most reliable. And apparently there are some items which are a big hit in there. Yes, like the sage, they have like a lavender sage in Spencer's. It's white sage, but it's covered in purple dye. I'm like, what? I've never seen lavender sage with purple dye on it. Like, I don't understand. There's so much inconsistencies when it comes to these big companies, and I feel like the only reason why they're doing it is to hop on the trend. It's trendy to be spiritual. It's trendy to be within yourself. It's trendy to be earthy. It's trendy to be hippie. It's a trend now. You know what I mean? People are not born into this. People are not willing, like they're not willing to understand the depths behind the spirituality. Like there's so much that goes into it than just burning sage every day. You know what I mean? Like there's more to it than just doing your sound bowls every day. You know, there's more that goes into it. What I don't like is inconsistency. Say they do rituals for clients and go live and send a video, but then when you purchase to be in a ritual, you have to contact them for results. I had never heard of that. But of course leads me to believe one wasn't performed. Oh wow. They're not going through the mud. They're not going through the mud. And on top of that, there's this new trendy thing on Instagram where you send money to their Cash App and they do like a group healing session or like a group Reiki session, or they do like a group ritual. And I'm just like, everybody's intent is not the same. How are you going to do a group ritual for a group? That makes no sense to me. Like, how are you going to, because everybody's needs when you do a ritual is very, very specific. It's like doing a spiritual bath. It's very specific to each person. Not each person has the same intent when doing a ritual. So when they do like these mass rituals on Instagram, I'm just like, how, Sway? Like, how? And I understand like they have like these group Reikis where like people send the Cash Apps or whatever, and they send unconditional love through Reiki through all of the people who Cash App. I understand those particular methods, but there's people on here that are doing group money rituals. Like, you don't know what the next person needs that money for. You don't know what's the intent behind it. Like, why are you doing like a group ritual? It doesn't make sense to me. And I know people who do it, like personally, who people who do it, but me, I no, I would never do that because every ritual is catered to a person's need, because one person can need money just to be greedy, and then the next person can need money because they need to pay bills or they need to take care of a child. You know what I mean? There's two different intents. So how are you going to do a group ritual for people who have different intents? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. This should not be a trend, but just a natural way of life, and the world would most likely benefit big time. I agree, but there's this thing like people, this is the intent behind it all. I had one done and had no results from the money ritual. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you said who, girl? I said, no, I ain't even know names. And exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's become a trendy thing on Instagram among the occult. People are just doing like these group money gang rituals or money rituals. I don't understand it. Or they're doing like a group prosperity or group abundance ritual. I don't understand it because what I need spiritually, the other person might not need spiritually. But you're lumping us all in one group. And it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And I need to see these rituals. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just burning a candle and then walking away? Are you packing in the candle with herbs? Like, what are you doing to benefit this group or the collective? Like, I just don't understand it. There's some people that will post online the actual ritual, but even then, I don't trust it, because I feel like if you do your own rituals, you know the intent and you have the energy for that intent. Like the energy, you need your own energy to perform a ritual. It's different when someone performs a ritual for you because that's their energy. That's of course they have your intent in mind, but that's still their energy. So it's different. Notice the trend is confusing for most wanting to learn. Sorry, I need to take a drink. Can y'all guess what I'm drinking tonight? What it is now with the pyramid type things they are doing for money. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there's some pyramid type things that they're doing with for money. I didn't know that. See, that's the thing. I stay in my bubble. I don't know these things. I'm not the Instagrammy mommy. I'm not. I really not. I don't even know what pyramid type of things they're doing for. I didn't know that. Is it when you give them money? How does that work? How does that pyramid thing work? Let me know, Veronica. A few witches are trying to get money to join to make money. How does that work, though? I'm guessing they're referring to. I know what you mean. Ooh, I know who you're talking about. Ooh, I know who you're talking about. Yo, so for example, people are having apprentices. An apprentice. I'm just gonna say that. An apprentice, right? Say they're searching for apprentice to since okay. For example, let me break this down. Let me put my drink down. For example, I am a spiritual guru, right? And I don't have time to give this person a reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make someone pay me to learn how to do it. And then I'm going to send that person to give you a reading. That's what they've been doing now on Instagram. I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes. Can I have the name of the one who is currently running one? No, I'm not doing any names. I'm not giving any names. Veronica, you gonna catch me slipping on here? No. There's spiritual gurus that do that. That they're like, oh, I'm looking for apprentices. I'm looking for people to come up underneath me and be part of my spiritual gang or spiritual circle, my tight small circle. I'm only looking for 3 or 4 people. And what they'll do is that they'll make that person who wants to be part of their spiritual circle, they'll make them pay them money, like $500, $1,000 to be a part of their circle, just to be around them, teach them all of the work, teach them how to give readings, and then they'll send them to their customers, and they'll make a profit off of that. So it's like a pyramid. Like it's a pyramid. I know one in particular. My mom actually put me on Instagram on her mom's like, look at this girl, look at this, look what she's doing, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know this exists. They call it. It's not a spiritual tribe. That's not a spiritual tribe. That is not a spiritual tribe. That is first. That's lazy. That's you not allocating your time or delegating your time efficiently. Because you should, I understand people get booked, because I get booked. You know what I mean? I understand people get booked and people don't have time to give readings to say about maybe they have like 100 customers a week. I mean, that's never happened to me. I never had 100 because I scheduled them out. But say you have like maybe 20 people that week and you don't have time to, the energy, not saying time, the energy to give 20 people, they'll have these people be part of their tribe and they'll have those people give them a reading. So you're not really getting a reading from the person that you think you're getting a reading from. You're getting a reading from one of their spiritual homies. But people getting a reading from the person, I would be so mad if I got someone learning to do my reading. I pay for a certain healer. I agree. That's why it goes beyond. I guess it goes beyond that because I feel like it has to be the intent, and I understand that they're making so much money. I mean, I'm not making so much money to the point where I need a price. Like, go. I mean, good for you. Your worldly possessions. That's what you want. Like, that's what you get. But I would never. When you get a reading from me, you're getting a reading from me. Like, you're not going to get a reading from someone that I've taught how to read tarot or someone who has a gift. They have a gift. The ones that they hire or the ones that they have in their tribe, they have gifts. But the ones that have gifts that are looking up to these spiritual gurus, they want to be that spiritual guru. So that's why they're a part of that tribe. They want to be that person. Because there's people in the spiritual community that want to be spiritual so badly, like they desperately want to be a part of this the community that they'll go to these people and learn from them because they desperately want to be part of the community. But you can be part of the community, but you don't have to have a gift per se. Like, you don't have to be a healer, but your energy alone can provide to the collective. You know what I mean? Your thirst for knowledge, your thirst for, you know what I mean? That energy can be an asset to the collective. You don't have to be gifted. You know what I mean? You can have all of the knowledge and you can utilize it. That is part of being the collective in the spiritual community as well. But people shun people who are not gifted, and that's why people don't like to slide in DMs, or that's why people don't want to share their experiences, because they're going to feel like, well, damn, I mean, I don't have a gift, but they're going to look at me like I'm stupid because I'm asking them questions. Like, you know? Can't be real. Oh, thank you, Veronica, for the super chat. I don't know how that works, but thank you. Girl, drink out. Y'all better get y'all drinks. Like, can y'all guess what I'm drinking? Like, I want to see if someone can guess. Yes, just learning alone can speak to someone's divinity. Yes. And you won't have to try so hard. Yes, because some people are just they really they love. And I have though I'm not gonna knock anyone who has a thirst for knowledge, because I have a thirst for knowledge. You know how many books I've read? I have a whole bookshelf in my room. But I love to read. I love to garnish knowledge so that I can be able to help the collective and help people who want to learn, because I feel like my learning or my experiences haven't stopped. I'm forever evolving, and I feel like I always want to learn. I always want to learn. That is my thing. So I feel like my experiences are never going to stop. It's limitless. But people who put, how do you know I'm drinking Baileys? Dang! How did you know? You just see it? Dang! How do you know I'm drinking Baileys? How the hell? How did you know that? Okay, good guess. Wow. Um, but yeah, absolute juice and cranberry. I did find the bottle. Girl, I brought 3 bottles from Jamaica, and I forgot I had them. Well, actually, they were supposed to be for someone, but that didn't work out. So I was like, I'll just drink them. But yes, I'm forever learning, and I'm forever evolving, and I feel like when people come to me and they learn something from me, it's kind of like I spark something within themselves, and I do feel like while I'm evolving and learning, the ones that come to me, it's the same process. We're forever evolving together, which I love because that gives me an opportunity to also learn from you guys. Because I also, when I do readings, I don't know how that person knows drinking Bailey's, but they probably follow my Instagram. But anyways, but I feel like I'm forever evolving, and I feel like when I give readings to people, I learn things from people. I really do. I learn about people's traumas. I learn about what triggers people's traumas, or I learn things from people. And I've cried with my clients before. I've laughed. I've smiled. I've been through different emotions with my clients, and every experience is never like the last. And that's what I love about my clients. Like, you guys keep me on my toes, and I learned things from. I was actually talking to a client the other day, and she was telling me about a trauma that she went through. And I learned something from her, and it kind of made me realize something about my mother. And I told her, like, don't be so hard on your mother, because they're doing the best that they can. There's parents that are walking around with unresolved traumas, because in their generation they were told to swallow pain or to swallow shame. So it made me realize things about myself as well, and what the experiences that I go through myself. And that's why I like giving my readings, because I learned so much from you guys. It's not just me giving you information, it's also me understanding someone else's experience through a different lens. But yeah. Y'all follow me on Instagram. That's how you know I had Bailey's. But yes, I'm drinking, I mean, you have nothing else to do. We're in freaking quarantine, so I mean, we might as well, right? But yes, it's unfortunate. I really hope that you guys use some sort of discernment when it comes to following these trends or following these particular spiritual gurus, because it can be very detrimental to your spiritual experience, and it also can make you turn away from actually delving deeper within yourself, because it kind of brings upon some sort of shame within yourself, like, I'm not good enough to be a part of this journey. And there is no such thing. Like, we are all learning through these experiences that we're going through, and I do feel like I don't want to ever turn away someone, because it's just we're all learning. Nobody has all of the answers. No guru has all of the answers. Things change daily. You know what I mean? Suppression can be such a do or die situation for someone holding out. I agree. But a lot of people suppress their emotions because they don't know how to deal with them. So suppression exists. And it has to exist in order for someone to learn that they need to surrender. So without suppression, there is no surrender. So that's my belief, That's my belief. But I always tell you guys, like, you guys don't have to believe what I believe. I want you guys to expand your mind. I want you guys to be great individuals, man and woman. I tend to lean more to my females, because I want my queens. Because Black girls are suppressed in this world. Latinas are suppressed. Like, brown girls are suppressed. And I want to be the one that liberates them. Yep, I can understand holding on to. I mean, yes. It's the way. It's the mind. It's the mind trying to save itself. Hey, Sin, I totally agree. I still struggle. Oh, no, not you, Siri. I I totally agree. I still struggle with feeling like I don't know enough to share. But we have no platform. We don't have a platform. I'm in the process of surrendering now, and it's definitely been a process. I tend to learn more towards females too, speaking as a male. Well, thank you for coming, Nike316. Bryce, I understand that. I understand that people, they tend to keep the knowledge, or they tend to keep their energy or their feelings to themselves because they feel like they don't know enough. But you being having the thirst for the knowledge is providing to the collective. That's energy that's provided to the collective. And there can be a time, because there was time when I was just cultivating a lot of knowledge within myself, and I wasn't telling the masses. I was keeping all of the information within myself. And when I got to a place where I was comfortable within myself to share knowledge, I shared it. You know what I mean? It takes a leap of faith. No, not every single person is going to agree with what you say, but they have to respect it. You know what I mean? Thank you for the $2. Thank you. They have to respect it, and that's my biggest pet peeve is when someone doesn't agree with me. That's fine. You don't have to agree with me, but you have to respect me. You have to respect my opinion, because we all don't think the same. If we all thought the same, like, that would be a boring ass life, or a boring world. We all have difference of opinions, but respect is key. Like, just respect me. You know what I mean? Respect it. And it's okay that you don't feel comfortable. It's in your own time. Because I do feel like people like to suppress their gifts because they're afraid of what the masses will think or what their families will think. Because I do feel like spirituality is still a taboo in the religious community, or even in the church. I had this conversation with another client because where she lives there's a church on every corner. And I was telling her, like, in her reading, like, she was going to be the one that would spark spirituality within her community. And she was like, she started crying when I told her that, because I saw it in her cards. Like, religion doesn't accept the spirituality because to them it's foreign. And I don't want to get too much about religion and spirituality because they're two different entities to me. But I do feel like it's taboo in the religious community. They praise a God, and they have a vision of what this God looks like. But my God may not look like your God. You know what I mean? This is why exactly took me long. Wait. This is exactly why it took me so long to launch. My mom didn't set me doing tarot at first. But the thing is, you have to live for yourself. I stress this to people. Who gives a fuck what people think? And I understand it's your mom and your father, because you guys know that my father was not, he didn't accept me doing what I do now. He's come around because he's seen how it has changed me as a person, and he sees how it's changed me for the better. And I feel like once your mother realizes how it's changing you as a person, but also how it's changing you mentally, emotionally, and also spiritually, she'll notice spiritually as well. She'll be more accepting of it. That's what my dad did. I can only talk to you about how my experience was. Like, my father was just like, you weren't born this way. You were born Catholic. This is not right. You have to praise God. Like, and who's to say that I don't praise God? Like, I praise God. You know what I mean? But there's also my deities. There's also my ancestors. There are people that walked the earth before I came to this land. Like, I have to also honor them too, because they are the reason why I'm here today. They are the reason why I am standing here today. They are the reason why I have my gifts. God is also the reason why I have a gift as well. But my ancestors are the ones that are helping me understand my gift and helping me be a vessel to help the collective. Yeah, religion always has to get the main say on everything, godlike, unfortunately. And I agree, and it's so unfortunate that it has to be that way. And I understand that we have to believe in something. And I understand that God is that choice for everyone. But I praise many gods. You know what I mean? I praise I praise God. I praise my, like I said before, I praise my ancestors. I praise these people that have helped me cultivate the woman that I am today, and helped me through these experiences that I go through today. Yes, I've been meditating and has changed me into a better person. My family has noticed that I'm more calmer than I was before. Yeah, it changes your life. And who's to say it's not God as well? But we all need something to believe in, right? Um, yes, African goddess Hathor. Yes, we have to believe in something, and I totally, wholeheartedly believe that God is definitely a number one focus in my life. But you cannot forget your ancestors. You can't forget the ones that help us to become liberated on this earth. I mean, liberated as to an extent, because Black people are still suppressed. But we're not nearly as bad as it was then. We have to acknowledge them. They paved the way. They definitely paved the way. So I honor them too. I leave food for them. I play music for them. I honor them because they are the women that I am today. They are why Cyn is the way that she is today. Because I was not like this 2 years ago at all. I was an emotional wreck. Yeah, we weren't just put here to praise God and ignore everything else. I mean, we're all part of God anyway. Yeah, we come from God. We come from the earth. Our ancestors are from the earth, are of the earth. That's why I'm so glad for these chats, because being a newbie, I am trying to gather and soak up as much information as I can. Oh, thanks, Veronica. I love having these conversations with you guys too. It makes me happy. As you guys can see, I'm always happy on chat because I love talking to like-minded individuals. And believe it or not, I don't have these conversations a lot with people in Miami because I live in Miami. It's not that I don't know anyone that I can have these conversations with, but it's just it's fun to connect with people all over the world that have the same mindset, and not the same mindset, but they believe in the things that I believe in. I get to connect with you guys, and I get to learn from you guys, and I get to have in-depth conversation with you guys, because I just feel like I don't get this a lot, and I come on live to get this out. I do, because I don't have friends that are heavily into spirituality. I mean, I have a handful of friends that are into it, but I don't really talk to them every day because people are busy. But I like these conversations. It helps me get things out of my systems that I've been harboring, but it also helps me connect with. You guys are actually some people in here are my actual clients. They've actually bought things for me. They've actually had readings for me. This is my chance to actually connect with you guys, and I love this. I love this. I want to learn more about honoring them. Yes, create an altar. Oh, thank you, Nike 316. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know how. I don't know who mine are. You see, this is the thing. People have a hard time discerning or figuring out who their ancestors are. How I figured out who my ancestors were was that I had a dream about my ancestor. And I also had visions about them. It comes through meditation, and it can come through some sort of dreams. But I do feel if you feel so drawn to a particular deity, say you're so drawn to Oshun, or you're so drawn to Yemaya, or you're so drawn to Martha, or Alegua, if whoever you're drawn to, start an altar for them, a small altar for them, and see how well you work with that deity. You know what I mean? It's trial and error. My mom praises all of them. She praises all of them. You know what I mean? I have a particular one that I praise, and I have my aunt. I praise to her too. I thoroughly believe that she is one of my ancestors, or she is assisting me in my journey. I'm not gonna get emotional about her, but I feel she is one of my spirit guides, and I actually had a reading. Someone and the reader told me that she is my guardian angel. I'm not gonna get emotional, like Stopson, but I truly believe that she is one of my deities that help me, and I leave like water out for her. Like I get like a how do I say, like a glass bowl, not even a bowl, like a glass cup, and I leave water for her on my altar. Like I always leave water out for her, because I do feel like, and I have like, and I'll be doing a reading, and then something will pop up, and I know it's her. Like just like stop playing with me. Like she'll do things, and I know that it's her. Do you believe in reincarnation? Oh my God, Cynthia, stop crying. Do you believe in reincarnation? If you do, then you may not have to worry about your connection with your ancestors because you may be one of them reincarnated. I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe we are reincarnated on Earth, and we are just continuing some sort of soul lesson or soul growth on Earth. Because the Earth has been here billions and billions and billions and billions of years ago, so I do feel like I've walked this earth or walked this land before, but just in a different vessel, different body. Sometimes I'll have visions, or deja. I truly believe that deja vu is basically you having a flashback of you being on this earth already. I truly believe that's what deja vu is. Deja vu is basically a vision of you already doing it because you've already been here before. I do believe in that. So I am a strong believer in reincarnation. I think that's why I'm not afraid to die, because I know that, oh my God, the tears. I do believe that I am reincarnated on Earth, and I've been here before. I just don't know if it's in my subconscious, but I do believe in reincarnation. I do. I really do. I talk about that a lot with my clients when I give them readings, because it gives them a different perspective. Because I do feel like people think that once they die, that's it. It's just your flesh. It's just the vessel that dies. But spiritually, your soul will continue to transform and transcend into a different body or a different realm. Some people get stuck in different realms. Some people are still in the physical. Half of them are in the physical, and the half of them are in a... Sorry, I have a ringing in my ear. Half of them are in the physical realm, and the half of them are in the spiritual realm, and those are called mediums. Maybe you could dig deeper into your visions. I'm trying. I had a vision about my twin flame. I had a vision while I was sleeping, but it's like I was halfway asleep, but I wasn't asleep, if that makes any sense. I had a vision that, I truly believe that this is the reason why me and my twin flame are afraid to be together, because I feel that in my vision, we were driving, and I don't know if you guys, well, maybe they have this in different cities. Like an overpass, like it's like the highway goes over and then the streets on the bottom. I don't know how to explain that, but like an overpass. We were in the car. He was talking. We were having a conversation. He wasn't paying attention, and we went off the highway, and there was cars, like still, daily traffic. And when I tell you, I felt like I was truly in the car. Like I felt it. Like, I don't know, whatever. We got off the road. It was dark. We got off the road. We hit the overpass, and we were falling on the overpass, and we crashed. I survived, but when I looked over to him in the car, he was dying. And he was dying. And I was like, no, like, you can't leave me. Like, don't die. And he died. He died. And after I had that vision while I was asleep, I felt like my body hovered over my body. If that makes any sense. Like, I just feel like I took a deep breath, and I feel like my body, like, was snatched out of, like, my soul was snatched out of my body, and I was hovering over my body, and I felt, honestly believe, like, that happened in our past lives. I honestly believe that happened in our past lives, and that is why I think we're both afraid to be together, because I feel like we're afraid that one or the other will leave each other. It's some sort of abandonment issue. I truly believe that. When I tell you, like, I felt the seat. I was sitting in the car. I felt the seat. I felt the armrest. I felt like I was in it. Like, I was in my dream. Like, and even when, cause I tell you this, guys, you guys all this all the time. Like, I'm not afraid to die. Like, even when we were, like, falling in the overpass, I was calm. Cause it's like I already accepted my fate. I knew I was gonna die. I knew I wasn't gonna make it. So I was completely calm. But looking in my peripheral, I see that he was panicking. Like, he was like, you know when you're about to die, like, he was panicking. And when we land and we crashed under the overpass, whatever, and I looked, and I was alive. And I looked over to him, and he was dying. He was dying, and I was crying, like, you can't leave me, like, you can't leave me, like, you can't leave me. And I truly believe that I was sent that vision, or was made aware of that vision to understand the dynamic of that relationship. It was an out-of-body experience. It was. It definitely was. I wrote it I have a dream journal. I wrote it in my dream journal, and I was like, and I still think of, even now, I still think of it. And even when I go, like, I drive through I drive through highways, it always makes me think of him. Like, it makes me think of my vision. Like, that's why whenever I drive, like, over an overpass, I'm, like, really, really careful, because it just triggers something in me. It triggers something in me. I don't know what it triggers, but it triggers something in me. Like, it triggers the thought of that vision. So it scared the crap out of me. And then after I had it, the vision, I woke up out of my sleep, and I was like, and I was just thinking, I was like, ugh, like, it's like I could still, like, my body was, like, I was shooken up. Like, I was visibly shooken up. I used to have visions of dreams. I used to have visions and dreams all of the time when I was younger, but I don't have them anymore. Have you had a past life? I have never had a past life reading. I would love to have one. I just think I'm afraid. I think I did. I think you think maybe you died in a car crash in your past life. I think I died in a car crash in one of my past lives. I feel like we have many. And I feel like me and my twin flame, we've traveled through lifetimes before. But I feel like, I don't know why that particular lifetime flashed in my mind, but it still shakes me up when I think about it. Because when I tell you that I can feel myself in the car, I feel me sitting I feel everything. The car was leather. Like, I feel like the details of it all. The car was leather. It was an SUV. Like, it was just like, I know every bit of what the experience was. And I think that's what scares me, because I don't know. It's just, when I think about it, it just kind of, like, shakes me up a little bit. But I do feel like and I think that's why we both have some sort of abandonment issues when it comes to us being together, because I think that I'm afraid that he's going to leave me, and he's afraid that I'm going to leave him. So we just don't, we just stay apart. But I feel like I think that's why we came together in this life, to learn from that and to resolve that issue. And I feel like it's going to forever keep coming up. It's going to forever keep coming up until the issue is resolved. So I do feel like there is some sort of underlying unresolved issue. it is. I feel like it's abandonment issues. I really feel like it's abandonment issues. Because I feel like sometimes I have abandonment issues. Cause, I feel like the reason why I do have abandonment issues is because nothing lasts forever. And I feel like that's why I probably have abandonment issues, because I feel like nothing lasts forever. When I was younger, I had a dream of me flying in the air. I could be in my swimming pool and believe I could fly and have dreams of the next day. And it would happen. Now I don't have them too much. Yeah. It's something that triggers. I think it's something that happens that triggers these visions too. And I don't know what triggered the vision, but I feel like ultimately it's something that triggers the vision. And I also feel like when the universe felt like you were ready to receive that information, because sometimes the universe can feel like you're not ready to receive something, and they'll hold back information, or they'll hold back an experience from you. But when the universe sees that you're spiritually conscious enough to understand the lesson, they'll place a vision, or they'll place a scenario, or they'll place something in your life to help you understand your journey. Kind of like they throw like a cheat code to you. It's like a cheat code. They throw a little cheat code and they take it back. And they see like you're spiritually evolved to understand something, they'll throw in another cheat code. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe what I believe, but that's what I believe. I feel like they throw in like little cheat codes to help you to understand something, to help you understand what it is that you're going through, so that you can realize what you can do to fix it, or realize what you can do to resolve it, or to heal from it. What time is it? Okay, guys, this was a good talk. It sounds reasonable enough to me. I mean, look, this is what we're doing. We're like bouncing back information. This is why I like coming on live, because like we're learning from each other. We're all learning from each other. Even in the comments, like you're contributing to the collective, and I appreciate all of you guys that are in my live tonight, because it helps the next person that's watching, that's not maybe interacting. It can help them, give them a sense of perspective. Because there's some people in here that are not even saying anything in the group chat, but they're taking in the information. Yeah, when my uncle passed, I had a dream of the whole murder, everything that happened to him. But when I asked what was the reason, it went blank. Yeah, that kind of happens too. It's like the universe is giving you, that could have been some sort of closure. You know what I mean? Like the universe is giving you some sort of cheat code so that you can be able to subconsciously heal from it. So that's what I feel the universe is doing, or your spirit guides, your deities, or whatever, your ancestors, whatever you believe in, God is giving you some sort of cheat code so that the mind can cope. Because I do feel like the mind has a way of protecting itself or coping, and I do feel like when something happens traumatic, the mind trying to protect itself will sometimes have sometimes something can happen to you and you have a blackout and you not even remember what happened, because that's the mind trying to protect itself. Imagine all of your subscribers were in the chat. Okay, Nike, for real, like we're all live in here. But I appreciate all of y'all. Like I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here tonight. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys. Y'all make me happy. Clearly, I have a big ass smile on my face. But I just like having a conversation with you guys, because it's just like you guys give me a different perspective, and that can help me with my readings. That can help me with my life. That can help me with anything that's going on in my life right now. So I just like having this conversation with you guys. But I am going to get off. This was a good. We've been on here for an hour, but this was a good conversation. I will be coming back on live again. I also will have more videos for you guys probably next week. Yes, dreams are sometimes to help us cope. I agree. I definitely agree. And some people, they say they don't believe they don't remember their dreams. That's because maybe you're not in tuned enough, or maybe you just like I said, the mind trying to protect itself. But I'm gonna get off when you get off. if you want to join my Patreon, you can join my Patreon. I have exclusive content on there. I'm going to be posting on Patreon every Tuesday and Fridays, and I might add an extra day. I didn't upload today on my Patreon because I knew I was going live, but I will be posting the collective readings on my Patreon this week, so be on the lookout for that. I'll be doing all of the elements, so earth, fire, air, and water, because usually I do like a collective for the whole month of April, and then I'll break it down by elements. So I'll be doing the elements this week. It'll be on my Patreon this week. And then yeah, if you guys, the link to join my Patreon is in the description box. I have exclusive content there. Any Latinas or brown girls, black girls want to learn how to create a business or start a business, that's on my Patreon as well. Another congratulations to Jackie for launching her business, one of my patrons on my Patreon. Please shop with her. The link is in the description box. To shop with me, the link is in the description box. I love you all. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for being a part of my live tonight. You guys could have done anything, but you guys are here with me in this quarantine. But yes, I love you all. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So